Good morning, hi, hello, how are you? If you don't know, I have a Snapchat. I'm that old lady that still uses Snapchat. There's probably 50 people that fucking follow me there. And I always save my stories because I get on my Snapchat when I'm at work and like crazy shit happens or dumbass situations like with Alaska Airlines happen. So, you know, they're just kind of story rants, things like that, just interesting little tidbits. There you go. Here's a Snapchat compilation. And I am going to post a video tomorrow as well. I just, you know, my boyfriend now works on Mondays, so I don't have the day off with him. So I'm going to fill my time with doing other stuff such as posting extra videos. Fun! Anyways, enjoy. Hi, also, if you're randomly stumbling upon this video, my name is Rachel, and I post videos on YouTube on Tuesdays and on Snapchat a little bit more often, unless I take like a 3-month hiatus because nothing interesting is going on. And my dog is playing with his toy. Okay, enjoy.
You ever do your makeup and put on an outfit and put your hair in like a sassy ponytail and just feel like a sassy ass bitch? Because that's what I feel like right now. Fuck with me. I'll evict you. What's that? You're gonna be late on your rent this month? Evicted. Oh, you're upset because I'm making you take down your bird feeder that's attracting rodents? Evicted. I'm evicting everybody today. Oh, you knocking on the door before we're open? Evicted. Go on and try to pretend that I don't look like somebody who's about to ruin your whole fucking life.
Everyone who's come into the office today keeps telling me to enjoy my extra long weekend because Labor Day's on Monday and we're closed. But I actually work Saturday and Sunday, and Monday is my normal day off. So I don't get an extra day, it's just my normal day off. I just get paid for it. But I appreciate the sentiment. I know you don't know my schedule, but I don't get an extra day off. I just got hung up on by this lady who was arguing with me about a work order that she put in. Her clothes washer isn't filling with water and she wants to do laundry, which I understand, you know, the need to do laundry, but it's not an emergency and we have a ton of other work orders to get to today. So I told her this morning when she put in the work order that we probably won't get to it today, but you know, we'll do our best. It'll probably be tomorrow though, just want to let you know. And she just called me like 10 minutes ago to be like, where's maintenance? They're supposed to be over here. My washer, they're not turning my washer on. And I was like I explained to you earlier, probably not going to get to you today. And she kept arguing with me. And then I was explaining the situation again. And she goes, I don't want to hear all the talking. You stop your talking. You just get maintenance over here. And I was like, no. And she hung up on me. Just like, you're not the center of the world. I'm sorry you can't do your laundry. Go to a laundromat. But it's not an emergency. We have other work orders ahead of you. Sorry. This story is officially going to be 10 years long today because I have another resident that just I need to talk about. This guy didn't pay $11 of his utilities, okay, because he had a credit on his account, but he miscalculated what it was. And so I didn't give him a late fee. I just gave him a note that said, hey, please log in and pay this $11. And he just called and was like, I'm just frustrated because y'all made me wait for a month to fix my stove, which was an oversight, okay? Because there was 2 work orders on the same thing and part of the work order got done, but we needed to order a part for his stove. The other 3 burners worked. It was just one. It was just one that didn't work. And then he called about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And we got it taken care of. And then he was just complaining about all this other shit. And he's talking about how he's gonna move out at the end of his lease because maintenance was walking around his apartment with their shoes on and they left a towel on his stove and just like, what? And he just kept saying how frustrated he was and that now we're asking for this extra fee. And I'm like, it's not an extra fee. It's your utilities that you didn't pay. We're not charging you any fees. And I can't waive your utilities. And he also complained that the dining room light fixture wasn't installed, which was just like the cover for it because we never put it on when a resident is moving in because so many people like break it when they move their furniture. And I told him that at move-in. I was like, hey, your dining room fixture is right here. It's super easy to put up. You just put these loops through here, but a lot of people break it whenever they move things in. So just so you know, like that's why this is not installed. Like I literally told him that at move-in and he's bringing that up now as one of the reasons why he wants to move out. I'm just like, okay, fine. Bye, dude. Later. And I don't know if it's because I'm on my period or because people are just complaining a lot and I have a lot of work to do, but I really want to cry. What is it with people and they're nitpicky, like they broke a rule or like were late on their rent or something, so they got a late fee, and now they're like, well, I guess I'll remember that when it comes time to renew. Like, you were late. You get a late fee. What do you mean? I literally just got off the phone with this guy who pays like his daughter's rent or something. He doesn't live in the apartment. He gave me the wrong apartment number, and I was like, he was like, hello, are you still there? I was like, oh, I was just looking because you said this apartment number and it's actually not this, so I was looking up your name. He's like, I definitely didn't say the wrong number. Well, I said this, and then he said his correct apartment number, and I was like, okay, whatever. But like, he didn't pay his rent. Usually he has auto draft, but he like disabled it, and so his rent was late and he was going to pay it yesterday. I was like, okay, well, as long as you pay it, today, as in yesterday, you can avoid that late fee. But then he didn't. He messed it up. And so today there was a late fee. And when I talked to him on the phone, he's like, all right, well, it went through now. And I see that there was a late charge on there. I was like, yep, that was posted. And he was like, well, I thought that was going to be taken care of, but I guess I'll just remember that when it comes time to renew. And I was like, okay, it's not going to be hard to rent that apartment if you fucking move out. Like, we'll upgrade it and get more money. My coworkers are oddly critical of watermelons. They were going really ham on this watermelon that somebody brought for us, and they're like, oh, it's about mid-range. And like, I ate some of it. I was like, it's delicious. It's sweet. It's like a good texture. And they're in there just like criticizing the hell out of it. Like, oh yeah, it's got an all right flavor. Like, it's free and it's delicious. Why are you so critical? I don't know, man. They're just really opinionated about their watermelons. I've got a pet peeve that I would like to discuss with y'all. My boss had a meeting today with some landscaper who wants to give her a quote to get her business, and I guess the training tactics that they fucking use on these people is to repeat the person's name over and over and over and over again. Because, people like to hear their own fucking name, right? But not when it's done in an unnatural way. Like, use somebody's name whenever they give you, like, hi, I'm Rachel. And they're like, oh, hi, Rachel. I'm so-and-so. And you're like, all right, cool. And then if you're leaving, all right, bye, Rachel. Like, those are the 2 times that it's acceptable to use the name repetition like that. But this guy, like every other sentence, he was like, yes, Tracy, oh, we would love to do that. Yeah, and Tracy, and Tracy, yeah, and look at like this, Tracy. And like, after he left, I was like, does it make you uncomfortable when people use your name like that? And she was like, yeah, that was so cringy. Like, his whole entire spiel was just so fucking cringy. Like, yes, people like to hear their own name, but no, not in an unnatural, repetitive ass like way like that. Like, don't fucking do that, man. That's so weird. The camera jammer lady is at it again, and this time she's claiming that her neighbors are recording her while she is parked in her car in front of their garage. And then when I was like, well, it's probably because you're parked in front of their garage, she's like, well, I'm not parked there. I'm just sitting there in my car while people get in and out of my car. And so I made her clarify that the camera was not facing her front door, and she just kept fucking talking in circles. This lady is driving me insane. And then she started talking about how she's at the top of the list for some other apartments, and her lease is up this month. And so she's like, I know I have to sign a new lease, and I just wanted to know like what the lease break fee was. So I told her, and then she was like, and I saw that there was like a 3-month option. And I was like, no, you can choose from 6 to 12 months. And she's like, well, the email that I got said 3 months. Now, I am the one that generates the emails that get sent out for people's renewals. And I use copy and paste with the amount of, months. So there's absolutely no way. And I pulled up the thing that I generated, and I was like, nope, this says 6 to 12 months or month to month. You can do that as well. And she's like, well, the email definitely said 3 months. And I was like, if you have an email that says 3 months, I would love to see it. And then to cover my ass, because I knew that I would need to, I was like, and just so you know, you gotta let us know by the 11th what you're doing. Otherwise, you're automatically gonna go month to month. And then she says, I thought I had until the 15th. It says the 15th somewhere. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's the 11th. And then she said that she's just gonna send an email to my boss. So I wrote everything down that she said, so that if she tries to come back and say that I said something different, it's documented, bitch. On a different sort of note, I just saw a post on Facebook from one of my friends talking about the flu vaccine and how he hasn't had the flu vaccine in years and he's not sick. Well, good for you, bro. But you have all of your other vaccines, which is why you don't have measles. And in the comments is a lady who's talking about, oh, I'm so glad that you have this view on vaccines. I have 2 vaccine-free babies. We don't need that poison. And I don't know if I want to get involved, but I feel like I should. But I don't want that fucking drama. Oh my God, people are fucking stupid. Holy shit. Oh boy, I just had to deal with one of our crazy residents. She has tons of issues and it's just so insane all of the time. Not gonna get into it. Her dog is off leash a lot, which is what I had to deal with today. I had to give her a 10-day notice to comply or the animal will be removed or she has to vacate the premises. And the thing is, I can't just post it on her door. I have to knock on the door and interact with her. And so I called my maintenance man to come stand witness and, you know, security in case she did anything fucking crazy. And it was an interesting experience. When I knocked, her dog started barking and then she called from inside saying, "Who is it?" And I was like, "It's the leasing office." And she was like, "Oh, hi, leasing office." And then it took her like 30 seconds to get to the door. And then she came to the door and she was standing there and I was like, "Hey, this is a 10-day notice to comply. Your dog was seen off leash again. I have to give this to you." And she like refused to take it. She's like, obviously I'm being served right now. So before I take this, you know, I just want to know what options should I do then to keep my dog inside? Because I have this gate, but it's, you know, it doesn't work when the door's open. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, you aren't going to be able to keep your door open if this gate can't prevent him from running out and you have no other way to control him. So, you know, you just can't open the door and leave it open. And then she starts talking about when she's leaving, he runs out. And she's like, "What other options do I have?" And then my maintenance guy started speaking up, talking about a screen or something you can put on your front door. She turns to him and goes, "Yeah, well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? If I was, what would you say? What's the word? Privileged enough, you know, as an independent woman in this country to have that. That would be great." And she backed up and slammed the door in my face. And I was just like, okay. She did take the notice though, so it was served to her, but it took a lot more time than it should have. And I really didn't like having to talk to her. I just uploaded a video to YouTube talking about the bullshit with Alaska Airlines and how they're claiming that the damage to my fucking suitcase, which is pretty fucking horrifying, like all these fucking scuffs and scratches and shit. It did not look like this at all when I gave it to them. They fucking ran over it with the airplane, it seems like. Okay, it like broke a bunch of shit in my fucking bag. And I just uploaded a video like not 7 fucking minutes ago talking about how they said it's normal wear and tear. And so I had emailed them back, and just now after uploading it, I checked my email and they responded saying that they are so sorry and that they will be cutting me a check for $12 fucking dollars. I just responded, I was like, $12? Fuck off. Like, I am so fucking mad right now. And I just spoke to them on the fucking phone as well. And I had to like go to a supervisor because they kept just calling it normal wear and tear. And why they call it normal wear and tear is because the scuff marks are caused by the conveyor belts, because they put the suitcases on the conveyor belts. And my question to them was, why would you put it face down on the conveyor belts when the whole back half of the suitcase is black? Why would you put the light pink, easily scuffable front face fucking down? And they said TSA requires us to put them belly down because the wheels, you know, on the suitcases can like get things jammed up. But my suitcase, the wheels, excuse all of this that I haven't unpacked. The wheels are the same on the front and the back. So like, why would it matter if it was on the front or its back? Because they're the same. Do you see what I mean? The fuck? And when I said that, the fucking supervisor just kept reiterating that, well, TSA makes us blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I understand TSA makes you do shit, but you should be able to have an exception when literally a bag has
the wheels the same on the front and the back, so it does not matter if it's on its belly or its front, and you claim to take such good care of suitcases. Like, why would this happen? Common fucking sense. Lay it on its fucking back. It's basically on its belly if you lay it on its back, because it's the same front and fucking back. Finally, I got her to agree to reimburse me for when I go get this fucking damage taken care of and repaired. She's gonna send me an email, and then I can send her a fucking invoice to reimburse me for that shit, because it was so insulting. We'll give you the $12 to cover your pallet, but nothing else. And like all the condescending fucking emails, like, oh my god, I'm so fucking mad. Do you guys ever avoid liking some of your friends' posts, just particular people, because you know that once you like their photo or whatever, they're gonna direct message you and want to like talk? Is that just me? Like, I don't dislike this person, they just talk for a very long time at very inconvenient times, and so like I want to like their post because I'm like, oh, I like that, but I know once I do, I'm gonna get that direct message fucking notification, and I'm like, no. Okay, hearing me say that out loud, I sound like a total bitch. I promise, like, it's not out of hatred in my heart. It's out of the social anxiety that I prefer to be alone and talk to myself or my pets. You know, it's not that I don't like people. It's just that interaction is taxing. Why can't people follow simple directions? Whenever we give our fobs to people to access the fitness center and the pool area, you're explicitly told that you cannot give that fob to anybody that doesn't live here, and you have to accompany your guests. And it's a fob. It's electronic. We have a system where I can see exactly who is using the fob, and we know the people that live here. So this morning, 2 girls were going to go into the fitness center, and I happened to be walking by that door, and they're like, oh, hey, is it locked? And I was like, you should have a fob to get in. And she's like, oh, you're right, and found the fob. And since I didn't recognize them, I was like, I'm gonna go pull those transactions and see who the fuck that was, because I didn't recognize you. And lo and behold, the fob belongs to a resident who is male. They are female. There's no females on the lease. And so I had to send an email to the resident to be like, hey, your fob was used to access the fitness center by somebody other than you, and you were not there. So I had to go ask them to leave. And I'm going to revoke that motherfucker's privileges. He causes so many fucking problems. He's so stupid, and just... people think we're not gonna find out about shit. Like, I literally go through those fucking transactions every day, and if I'm like, oh, that's odd, that person never uses the center, we have cameras, so I can go back and look and see who's using it, like who fucking walks in, and I'm like, oh, nope, that's not the resident. Revoked. Fucking revoked. And this guy we've had issues with before because he has a fucking ass load of cars on property that are like broken down and the tags are out and they don't belong to him. It's like his friends are parking on property, and we've had to tow them away like multiple times. He had a roommate, which was his ex-girlfriend. It was his girlfriend, but then they broke up, and she moved out, but he never took her name off the lease. And so like we're trying to get in touch with her and him to sign the renewal and everything. And she's like, I don't live there anymore. And I'm like, well, you never got off the lease, so we need to do a roommate addendum, and he has to qualify without you. And it's just, I don't understand how people can be so stupid. It's really not that difficult to just follow the rules. So one of our residents, their upstairs neighbor keeps having a leak, and we keep having to repair it, but she just called and she was making it seem like her whole fucking ceiling collapsed in, and there's like black mold everywhere, and she has respiratory problems, and she was just diagnosed with like respiratory problems, and she's gonna sue us if it's caused by the mold that's in her apartment. And so I like contacted my boss, and then I went over there to get pictures. She made it seem like her whole entire ceiling was fucking like collapsed in. It's like a spot probably half a foot wide. It does look like there's some sort of mold or something underneath where the paint is peeling, but like the upstairs neighbor isn't running water right now. And also she's a heavy smoker, and she's trying to blame all of her fucking respiratory problems on the black mold in her apartment. Like, I was in that bitch's apartment for about a minute and a half to look at the situation, and I smell like fucking smoke so hard. Who the fuck is coming here right now?
Oh my god, you guys, I forgot to tell you this hilarious fucking story yesterday. So, you know how our residents are fucking crazy? Well, about a month or so ago, we got served this like attorney's letter that this person was suing us because they fell and got hurt on property. And we're like, okay, nobody has reported anything to us. We know nothing about this. We don't know the name of this person. Like, that's not one of our residents. Who is this person? So we like forwarded it to our attorney to be like, I don't know what this is. Nothing has, been brought to our attention about any injuries or anything on property. This is the first we're hearing of this. So yesterday, my boss was like, oh my God, our attorney replied. And so the person says that they fell off of a second-story balcony when they were visiting their daughter and broke bones because they fell on the asphalt below. Now, none of our patios are over asphalt. They're all over grass or bark dust. So we're like, I don't think so. And the name sounded familiar to me in the sense that somebody just moved in and that's the only person with that last name. And I could have sworn her mother's name was the first name that was on this, but then we checked and her mother's first name was something different. I'm like, but I could swear that that's what she was called. And so my boss is like, well, let's just call her up and see if she knows anything about this. And we're all, thinking that she's not going to know anything about this because, yeah, you have the same last name, but that doesn't mean that it was your relative. And turns out it was her mother. And what happened was after she moved her in, the actual resident was gone. And then the mother was like doing stuff around the apartment and ended up locking herself out of the apartment. She climbed on top of the railing in the front of the apartment, which there is asphalt below. And she was trying to go over the roof to get to the back patio so that she could get in. And she fell and broke some bones. So she's trying to sue us because she tried to climb over our roof because she locked herself out of her daughter's apartment. Her dumbass fell over the railing and she wants us to pay for it. Our attorney's gonna have a heyday. And when my boss was talking to the resident and she was like, I have an odd question for you. Do you know this person? And they say that they fell over a balcony. And she was like, oh yeah, that's my mom. She was like, well, why didn't you report this to us? And she said, I didn't know that I was supposed to. And she's like, well, your mother has hired an attorney. And she was like, she has? Apparently she hasn't spoken to her mother since she got moved in. And she had no idea that her mother had hired an attorney. So we had to do an incident report almost 2 months later for this stupid shit. And like, just, wow. How can you be that stupid? Okay, so I've talked about a particular nuts resident on here a couple of times before, and she just came into the office to discuss a notice that I put in her door today, which I put in 3 buildings because we're doing unit inspections. This is our yearly unit inspection. Like, it's not to evict anybody, it's just to make sure everybody's keeping stuff like kosher and everything works and we don't have to like, repair anything. So she came into the office in like, she was trying to look like she was going to court, I guess. And she had like 20 file folders in her hand and a binder. And like, she sat down and was, first she was pissed because it says it was signed by my manager, which is just the fucking form just has her name at the bottom, just says, because she's the property manager. And so she first walked in and she said, was your boss here earlier? And I was like, no, why? And she said, well, because this was put in my door and it has her name on it. So, I think if it's going to be signed by somebody, it should be delivered by that person. And I was like, okay. So she like immediately out the gate was hostile. And she came and sat down and she's like starting to talk about, I don't know the legal real estate laws and all of this, but and I was like, hey, before we continue, I just need you to know that is a notice that was put in every single person's door because we're inspecting all of the apartments. And so like, I just cut down an interaction that probably would have been like 35 minutes of her yelling and screaming at me into like 5 minutes by stopping her and being like, we're not just inspecting your apartment. And she was like, can you write down what you're going to be inspecting for? And I just made her a copy of our checklist that we're going to use. But like, oh my God, she came in guns a-blazing. She came back with a necklace that she made for me. I put it on in front of her to appease her. This is a bunch of cold ass rocks. Okay, so this guy just came in to pay rent and he walked in and goes, must be that time of the month again. And my face was just like, what? Because it's the beginning of the month, but I'm a girl, so that means period. And coincidentally for me, it is both the time of the month to pay rent and to purge my uterus. I fucking hate when people just comment on shit just to try to be like stir the pot. Like I was watching this video about empaths because, I just want to relate to myself. The videos are just, they're illustrated. Like it's not anybody on camera and it's just line drawings. Like they're not filling in any sort of color or anything, but you can clearly tell like what race the person is based on how they're fucking drawn. And somebody in the comments wrote, please draw non-white people, illustrate non-white people. It's discriminatory. And so I went through the whole 6-minute video and wrote down every single fucking timestamp where there was a non-white person illustrated, which there was about 7 timestamps that I fucking responded to this person's comment. It's like, did you even watch the fucking video? Like, watch something before you're gonna fucking form your opinion and say some shit that just is stupid. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm looking at my time entries for this pay period and I got exactly 80 hours. 40 hours on the dot each week. Like no 1 or 2 minutes, and this hasn't been approved by my boss yet. Like she hasn't adjusted my time at all. It's just I got exactly what the hell? These are the types of things that I get excited about, okay? Don't hate on me for my lame excitement over my perfect 40-hour work weeks. I wasn't paying attention to my clocking in and clocking out to make sure that I was getting around 40 hours, okay? It just happened, and it's magical, and I'm happy about it, right? Okay. So normally in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee, I don't have, like, a top on because I don't sleep with clothes on. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I'm a nudist. But it's a good thing I had a jacket on from when I took my dog out and it was raining, and then I decided to just leave it on because I just bumped my coffee cup with my knee because I was getting all cuddled up on my chair. And I fucking spilled coffee down the front of my jacket and onto my pants. So I avoided nipple burns. I'm all right. Take it from me, kids. Wear fucking clothes while you're drinking hot coffee, because otherwise it probably won't end well. This has been Life Lessons with Rachel. Tune in the next time I do something fucking stupid. Also, on a completely unrelated fucking topic, I'm chatty today, so this morning you're getting lots of fucking Snapchats, okay? I feel like I've forgotten how to fucking do my eyeshadow. My eyeshadow for the last couple days has looked like absolute butt shit. And I don't know if it's because of the new palette I got. I just don't know how to fucking use it. Or I don't know. I've lost the ability to fucking put colors together correctly. And I hate it. I hate it. The rest of my makeup is fine. My foundation routine is fucking flawless. But my eyes just look fucking stupid. At least I can draw my eyebrows on real nice. Because they don't look real nice without being drawn on. They're a weird shape, man. I've plucked my eyebrows to fucking hell. Also, I would just like to give a shout out to adulthood for not making me deal with acne like I did when I was a teenager, except for this one pimple that decided to show up for the first time in a long ass time. I don't know. Just, I feel good this morning, you guys. I don't know. I just want to talk about it, okay?
Here's a pro tip for you. When your eyeshadow once again looks like butt shit because you've somehow lost the ability to fucking do your fucking eyeshadow, just cover it in glitter. And it fixes everything. Fucking glitter. It'll get all over your face, but it'll fix your fucking eyeshadow. What is going on? I almost just hit a fucking squirrel with the golf cart. It almost ran right the fuck out in front of my wheel. I had to slam on the brakes and it like juked me. What the fuck is happening today?
Have you ever been just so emotionally and physically drained that you cannot fix the expression on your face that makes you look like a fucking serial killer? Because holy shit. I'm not gonna sit up on here and like spill all my dirty laundry. Just goddamn, I can't smile. I cannot force myself to smile without looking terrifying. Is this a smile that's inviting to you? Because that's the best I can fucking do right now. It feels like I have Botox because I'm so unable to like be expressive on my face right now. That's fucking weird, man. Oh, also my dog pissed on my bed next to my head last night. It's the second animal that I've had that's done that. So that was real fun. It's a beautiful morning. Oh, look at that. I can make myself smile. Guess I don't need nobody. Thank you for joining me on this emotional breakdown. Tune in the next time I'm emotionally unstable.
Look, guys. My eyeshadow isn't butt shit today. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I'd like to thank God and obviously my mom and dad and my dog for always believing in me. It means so much. I couldn't have done it without you.
Shout out to the wavy eyebrows. Hey, I should not be expressive because look at that shit. What the fuck am I? I honestly have lost count of how many times that I have said this up on my Snapchat story. But if somebody tells you to have a nice day, you say it back to them. Thank you for tuning in to Etiquette with Rachel. Tune in the next time someone is an asshole to me. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but my eyeshadow is the shits today, okay? It's a cotton candy dream, and I am proud of it. And this lipstick that looks like the color of my lips, but it's just a little bit shiny, is called Candy Ass. And it's from Jeffree Star, and I also love it. Nobody has come into the office at all today. Like, actually 0 people have come into the office today. And like, I'm so fucking bored. On the bright side, it's about 3 o'clock and my eyeshadow is still bright as fuck. Urban Decay, Primer Potion, you are my queen. Like, I am very tempted to just lay on this fucking couch. And then if somebody comes in, I'll just get up and say, sorry, I was taking a nap. Yep, laying on the couch. It's so quiet. The phone has rang 1 time today. Oh my God. I just heard my computer make the sound that I have an email. Do you know how many emails I've had before I got up and came and laid on the couch? 0. How much money will y'all give me if I chug this bottle of syrup? I'm so fucking bored, y'all. I'm bored. Help me. Also, hello, can we talk about this lighting? Oh my God, I just want to stay in the kitchen forever. Oh, it's catching my highlight. Hey, it's ColourPop Cosmetics. Just in case you were interested. Also, I would like it to be known that someone was supposed to come in and give me a different check. And they said, we'll be there in like 20 minutes. That was an hour ago. Where are you? So I just turned into like a cyber stalker, trying to find the whereabouts of this guy I used to date because we graduated from the same high school and I'm going to that reunion, and it just dawned on me, what if he's going to the reunion too? I don't want to see that bastard. And see, the thing is, He had a case back in 2014. He was on trial for raping somebody. He got off, of course, because he's rich and his parents hired some great fucking lawyers. And after more time than I'd like to admit, after trying to Google him and nothing coming up past like 2015 or 2016, like I finally found something that had a different last name, but underneath had his full other name listed. I was like, what the hell? And so then I went and I like looked up that name on Facebook, and sure enough, he had to change his last name because of that case. And it just makes me so happy. But also, I still don't know if he's going to the reunion or not. Probably not. Really hope not. My point is that I am a hacker now. So I haven't washed my hair in a few days, and I was redoing my ponytail so that I could wash my face. And I don't have a hair tie-in right now. And it stayed like this. I think I'm just gonna take a shower and wash my fucking hair, because wow. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Hygiene with Rachel. Tune in the next time. I'm a gross bitch. Look how much closer I am to being accepted by society. I've got shampoo in my hair. I'm almost not a gross bitch. Like, why does it take so much to get me to fucking wash my hair? Am I depressed? Thank you for watching this episode of Depression Shower with Rachel. Tune in the next time I have the willpower to take care of myself.